But I do know that they did see that photo. More than likely, they had to approve it. But then let's the fact that who's the creative, the creative staff involved that said, okay, out of all of the children, we're going to put this on this child. Now, some people say, oh, you're going overboard. This is doing too much, so on and so forth. But no, it's wrong and it's rude and it's disrespectful. But then again, I want to know, how much are you willing to throw your child under the bus just to say that they model for Gap, just to say that they model for H&M, just to say that they are a model, period? Everybody, when your child is born, a lot of times like, oh, he's cute, they should be, a model. No, not everybody's child should be a model, even though they're absolutely beautiful. Some things are just for the beauty of just being beautiful without having to be photographed in a way that results in money. Okay? And what starts off pretty can sometimes end up ugly. And these are facts. So the fact that, the creative staff, the editorial staff, and everybody, decided to create this photo and saw it, and there was no one to say, stop, no, this is wrong. Well, I don't know, what day and age do you think that we're living in? Where have you all been? This happens daily. This has been happening. So where have you all been? Where have we been to where we are even surprised at this point, right? Surprised? You watch Instagram all day long, Facebook all day long. You see pictures all day long that are wrong, right? And now that it says monkey on the sweatshirt, outrage, 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 right? But now we're going to reward the parents by offering them a $1 million contract to model for Sean John. Way to go, Sean Combs. Add more coins to the disgust. They don't need another dollar more. What they need is for someone to say, it is not okay for you all to allow your child to wear any type of clothing article by any type of manufacturer that would insult them, that would insult your tribe, that would make them feel inferior when they are superior. I've seen these videos, brothers and sisters. Money has a way of taking away response. And it also has a way of having your child end up posing with a sweatshirt that says monkey on it. And then I saw some other advertisements where somebody said if somebody were to give me, I don't know if it was GQ or something, and told them to look like a monkey for a certain amount of money, millions of dollars, they would do it. But at the beginning of the day, brother and sister, are you even worth being in the tribe? Because if you're willing to sell out who you are and who we are, because we are supposed to be sticking together in this, then, is it even worth keeping you on this side? I said it because more than likely they'll take that $1 million contract, right? And then because it's puffy, it's okay. Oh, when will we learn that the coin should not dictate our movement, our action, our righteousness? That there are some opportunities that we must say no to. That there are some opportunities that we must say yes to. That opportunities sometimes are tests and trials disguised with a dollar sign. So how much money would it take for you not to sell out? Right? You would take it then because it's still money asking you not to do something. But the dollar signs, the coins, everybody wants to secure the bag. I'm telling you right now that there has to come a point where you have to establish some boundaries with where people cannot cross you. That people can't even get up the nerve to ask you to do something. Because they know that you carry a weight of respect about you. That the regalness, the regality in you is so real that they know better than to approach you. Oh, this sister can't come at her like that. Oh, that brother. And then if there were brothers and sisters sitting on that creative board that either was a part of the makeup, if you were a part of hair, if you were a part of getting water, if you were a part of even opening the door, if you were a part of even polishing the camera lens, and you saw this going on and you didn't say something, I want to encourage you to start your own business. So then maybe you won't have to turn a blind tongue and hold your war when you see chaos amongst your people, especially the babies. Especially the babies. Right? Parents sitting right there. Did you not see that it said monkey on your child? Or did you have a shirt that said top gorilla on yours? Or did you have a shirt that said Gorilla Glue? Or maybe you had a shirt on that said all monkeys go to heaven. I'm talking to you parents. You dropped the ball on your child. I understand. Situations may or may not. I don't know what your economic situation may be. But I know that it's a little bit better because you're because of the ad, right? And then it might even get better because Puffy wants to give your child a $1 million contract to model. Puff Daddy. Oh, Puffy. Okay? He wants to do that. Now, he's saving the day. How? How is he saving the day? That doesn't rectify anything. It further exploits the fact that money has power. It's just how much power, right? Now, I know this is coming to the stage, but I had to address this because it was very irritating to me. And, like I said, I just sat back and I wanted to think about it because I didn't want to be emotional. I wanted to be sober in my thoughts, right? Now we have to understand that there are some people that we can't even expect them to hold the torch. We can't even expect them, we can't expect the ones who don't want to leave the plantation to leave the plantation. Some people are very comfortable staying on the plantation and watching effery take place daily, right? Oh, Massa gonna get us if we say something about that sweatshirt. Oh, Massa ain't gonna let us eat tonight if we say something about that sweatshirt. Oh, Massa ain't gonna let us come back to work in the field. Brothers and sisters, at some point in the middle of the night, you need to head north. Okay? At some point, even in the middle of the day, you need to head north. Brothers and sisters, at some point, you need to get your tickets for the Underground Railroad. Brothers and sisters, at some point, you're going to have to stand up for something or you're going to get slaughtered. You're going to end up slaughtered. And what do I mean by that? See, when a tempest is rising and you're mingling in the path of destruction, sometimes you can get taken out. Now everybody's saying, boycott H&M. I was even listening to Plies talk about it. That's it. I was even buying, I was buying nieces and nephews clothes from there. But, I always told them that you can't wash the clothes more than once because, you can only wash it once because after that they shrink because the threads are horrible. Right. Everybody's saying boycott, 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 boycott. We've been boycotting all our lives, haven't we, brothers and sisters? Boycotting, right? Marching, saying this is not fair. This is not fair. And, there are several community activists who spend several amounts of hours and times, blood, sweat, and tears to really go to bat for the community. And I'm not saying a protest is not good. I'm not saying to completely disarm somebody economically is not the answer. That's a strategy, and it works. It works. But then you always have a group of us who don't care, who are going to still do it anyway, they don't care, So I'm speaking to the listening audience. Please don't be someone who doesn't care. to where the issues that go on around, you just don't even care. See, the one thing that we have to do, brothers and sisters, in this, you can have as many workshops as you want to. You can have as many protests as you want to, boycotts, okay, sit-ins, sit-downs. You can chain yourself to whatever you want to, okay? You can starve yourself for 45 days on a fast until something changes in the socioeconomic systems and in the, as far as racism is concerned and everything else. But brothers and sisters, sometimes the answer can be so simple that we spend so much time trying to find a complex answer. And we're good at that. Avoiding the obvious, Instead of really just dealing what's wrong with internally, we just go and get plastic surgery instead of just really dealing with the inside issues, right? How did we get here, brothers and sisters? How did we get to the point to where we are suffering severely as a people? How did we get here? How did we get here? Okay? We are under what's called curses. That's what it is. They're curses. And these curses are mentioned in the Bible. You want to know who you are? Thank you, husband, for this teaching. If you want to know who you are, read the Bible, read about the curses, read about the yokes of iron being a curse that was put upon our people, and you tell me any other race who got over here with yokes of iron around their neck. I want you to start reading the word if you want to know about your history. People complain all the time. They don't teach our history in schools. Doesn't mean that your history hasn't been written. It's just a matter of your belief system, right? So if you know that you're under a curse, that means that you can be removed from a curse. So how do you get from under a curse? See, our people. We've been broken down so much to the point to where we are so desensitized that we don't want to listen. And then we'll argue with somebody who stands with wisdom, who stands in the middle of the street screaming. Okay? We'll argue with wisdom. Okay? It has to be something else. No, brothers and sisters, we walked away from the Most High God. That's what it is, And a lot of people say, no, I haven't. I go to church every Sunday. Sister, brother, we are the church. We are the church. People say, well, you can go to hell if you don't go to church. You can go to hell if you're not the church. Okay? So I just want to say in conclusion to the green sweatshirt. Green is my favorite color. It is my favorite color, but not at the expense of a young black boy. Okay? And H&M, I think I've shopped there one time back in Cali. Haven't been back since. Won't be going. No interest. No interest in the threads at all. No interest in participating at all. Hadn't really participated. Won't be doing it. But in conclusion, brothers and sisters, when it comes to a monkey, when a group of people, a nation of people have dedicated their lips, their tongues to saying that we come from monkeys, that we look like monkeys, right? That we are animals, 3/5 human, okay? When you've been told that by a group of people, it spawns something in you where you're going to have self-control, right? Because to be called these type of names, to be disrespected for centuries, right? Oppressed. To have power and to use it wickedly, do you not think that you won't reap? There's a reaping season coming. We all reap. Fret not thyself because of evildoers, because in due season they shall be cut down like the withered herb. Now, we got to pray for that little boy. And we need to pray for that little boy's parents. that they will be imparted wisdom quickly, that they will be willing to turn down opportunities, that they will censor the clothing that is advertised on their child's body, that they will wake up, that they will not live a ghetto mentality, that they will not have a ghetto mentality. And y'all know what's wrong with the ghetto. I didn't say anything was wrong with the ghetto, but there is a mentality that is ghetto. Okay? Where you live is where you live, right? The card you were dealt is the cards you were dealt. But I know one thing: evolving, emerging, growing, blooming, miracles. So I'm not making fun of the ghetto, but I do know that some of our people who do live in the ghetto have no problem with their child having a monkey on them. And I also know that some of my people who live in the Beverly Hills suburbs have no problem with a monkey being put on their little boy or girl. Okay? Now that I've said that, brothers and sisters, do your due diligence and find out why we are always suffering. Why it seems like we are serving a punishment. Okay? I'm just saying, though, brothers and sisters, it's real in the field. Brothers and sisters, you have been listening so far to the Sister Speak Show. I am so glad that you all are tuning in, because we are live, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes, we are. We are live. So if you have any comments, if you want to talk to me about the Sister Speak Show, vision, I would love to talk to you. You know, it is very important that we address issues. It is very important that we understand that spiritual inspiration in this day and age, arts, sister, we have to be bold in our speech. Inspiration. You understand? We'll be back after this commercial break.
Brothers and sisters, I want you to listen live and on demand all week to the Sister Speak Show, starting tonight with Coming to the Stage, Wednesday, The Search Effort, Thursday at 5 p.m., Part 2 of The Culture Climate. Then at 7 p.m. on Thursday, The Tour with Alan Guillory. We had the Laugh Line on Friday. Saturday, Little G the Goon will be on the tour. And then Sunday, E&J on the Laugh Line, the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Aviated Visuals is a dope artist on the move, starting the year off right January 27th with his first solo art show, and he wants you to be in the building, along with special guest creatives Flywalker, Kiana, 100K, and the Sister Speak Show. Doors open at 7:30 at 1409 South Lamar Street in Dallas. Tickets are just $15 at White Art Twin Experience BigCartel.com. Aviated Visuals, a dope artist on the move.
All right, brothers and sisters, welcome back to the Sister Speak Show. I hope you all could handle what we were just talking about, because, you know, these subjects are real, brothers and sisters. And if somebody doesn't say something, then it doesn't get said. So don't be afraid to have that conversation tomorrow at work. Don't be afraid to tell it like a TI is. Don't be afraid. Some of you don't want to say something because you're afraid of losing your job. Look, I'm telling you, if you've been given the charge to say something, say something. But know how to say it to where you're able to silence the room, to where they have no choice but to sit there and say, you know what, we as a nation, we messed up when we put that sweatshirt on that boy. Period. Okay? Period, brothers and sisters. So anyway, I was looking around and I said, you know, I want to find some beautiful pieces of poetry that our brothers and sisters are presenting, because I'm all for spoken word and poetry. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love to hear our brothers and sisters get out there on that stage and tell it like it T.I. is. The passion, the power, you know, the love and the boldness and the strength. That's just what it's about. So This is a piece that I found by Ariel Wilburn, and this is on All Deaf Poetry Jam.
Will you still love me when I'm no longer young and beautiful? Will you still love me when I've got nothing but my aching soul? I know that you will. I know that you will. I don't know that you will. We've lost the art of loving because we stopped becoming artists of truly seeing people. We're afraid that if they look too closely, they'll find us. Buried underneath our facades and once established great walls, we've let unexpected planes attack our skyscrapers. Confusing our hearts and worth with ashes and debris, we water down vulnerability by letting the word slip too carelessly from our mouths. We define relationships through social media, approval of likes, and too many God cards, not enough rawness. We're afraid that the bare and unfiltered parts of us are just too ugly for anyone to ever hold tenderly, told that they are exquisite and beautiful, and so we have women who cover up their unfiltered with makeup so that even beauty marks forget they're beautiful, and men who spray cologne to hide the scent of liquid soap they can't even call tears. You see, we've lost the art of loving because we've stopped remembering where our puzzle pieces are supposed to be placed. Too many people making frail attempts to guess, forcing mixed match pairs and jagged edges. It's no wonder why we feel so misplaced. It's no wonder why they deem us a generation who's forgotten how to love well. Yes, we write stories of humans taking in each other like inhales and exhales, but we don't just want I love yous anymore because they've become too hollowed out for us to feel any of its depth. We want you are messed up, crazy, and beautiful, and I want to know every layer of who you are, so why won't you let me love you like the way I know how? I want someone to tell me that's a thing in my chest beats too whole for anything half-hearted, you see. I was once told that I was deserving of a beautifully handcrafted love story, so I want wide-out words and scratched-out ones for ones that fit better. I want typewriter font that leaks into calligraphy. Sometimes I want a bone on my bone and flesh on my flesh narrative. I want to have late-night conversations that make me wake up and ask myself, how could I do better? I want to be touched. And the way that puts this tattered and washed-out crown back into my namesake, I know that it's there, patiently waiting and orchestrating for us to meet it for the first time, or maybe all over again, say hello to this thing called love we've redefined so many times. No one really knows its meaning anymore, so maybe we haven't lost the art of loving, we've just forgotten what it looks like, and maybe we haven't lost the art of loving, we just put too many guidelines on who we can't and how we can't love. Maybe we haven't lost the art of loving, we've just forgotten what it looks like, but we're not broken, just bent, and we can learn to love again.
Ooh, sister. Brothers and sisters, you know, that was Ariel Wilburn. Will You Still Love Me? And this is presented to you by All Deaf Poetry. So when you think about love, what is it that you could write right now about love? Depending on where you are, it's either going to be sad, you know, maybe even just be melancholy. It may just, it may be exciting. It may be erotic. You know, what does love look like to you? What does it sound like to you? What does it feel like to you? What has love said to you, spoken to you, done to you, done for you, done through you, And love is such a beautiful thing. And it's beautiful when two people can genuinely love each other. We all want to be loved. We all want to be desired. We all want to have affection. We all want to fit in. We all want to know that there's at least someone who cares about us so much that they love us. But we also know that love is a dangerous word. It's a word that can be dangerous if used inappropriately. Right? And so we know that love can actually be disguised as abuse. And we know that love can be disguised as pain, and love can be disguised as deceit. And a lot of us have experienced different forms of quote unquote love. And a lot of times we really don't know what it means, right? It's something that we're always discovering and understanding, because who you may have thought you loved in the 4th grade, you don't love them in the 10th. Or who you may have just been in love with, just could not have seen yourself with anybody else at all. You have now woken up and you're like, how in the world could I have ever even been interested in that person? You begin to understand the difference between love and lust, right? you begin to understand that there are some people, no matter how much you try to love them, they have not healed, so they can't receive it. Right? Love is a beautiful thing when used appropriately. Love almost should even have a manual, correct? Love almost should come with directions. Because at this point in our life, we need a guideline. We need something that's safe and secure so we know how not to mess it up. Love is a beautiful thing when used appropriately. Brothers and sisters, you're listening to Coming to the Stage. I ran across another piece of poetry by Lionheart, and this one is called Pretty Hurts. And you can get this off of All Deaf Poetry Jam. That noise you hear, or the music you hear, is just a background. Here we go, Lionheart. Hold on, brothers and sisters. My volume will be right back after this commercial break. Hold on. Okay, here we go, brothers and sisters. Lionheart, Pretty Hurts.
There are things we won't say. So this day, I believe, if self-doubt was a religion, it would be the only thing we believe in. But it's not our fault. Believe it or not, there's an insecure person hidden inside each and every one of us, and each morning, none of us discuss how tough it is or how much of a struggle it is to wake up and have blind dates with a mirror that wishes it could see other people. We're insecure by default. The world's biggest joke is that we are all born equal. It doesn't take a genius to see us suffering from self-hatred. Kids learn at early ages that the best looking is usually the teacher's favorite. Or how cute the siblings are disciplined different for doing exactly the same thing. Isn't it amazing how the people we like find us fit for friendship, but out of shape for dating? So the phrase being pretty hurts is an overstatement. Because being ugly kills. Ask yourself how it feels to have looks that aren't in fashion. Or how sarcasm thanks your parents for jeans that aren't in style. To asking God, why me whenever taking a selfie? Some people won't understand that Instagram treats bad looking pictures like a disability. Don't look for too long. Avoid feeling sorry for them at all costs. How do not acknowledge the tolerance or leeway that we give to pretty people who do ugly things. This world breeds our insecurities. It teaches us to be vain. We're so concerned about the physical that we don't observe the literal facts that there are companies with stocks in our self-esteem. Profiting from how we see ourselves and make other people feel, instilling an impossible quest for perfection that lessens our self-acceptance, hence it being the reason. Conformity has killed more identities than education has killed potential. Look, not everyone can fit into a stencil, but it seems like everybody's trying to. Lying through their teeth would supposedly need a fix. No wonder they can't crack a smile in denial, because some of us eat just to throw it up. Pose enough at the right angles, maybe you'll look at yourself a little differently. Until then, another person's blessings will feel like God gave up on you. Reluctant to save yourself from yourself, tell me, when you're dealt a losing hand, how can you pray to win with such enthusiasm or gratefulness instead of speaking about this? Telling someone how you feel about this, you're encouraged to just deal with it. To hide your truths on the preferential treatment that you're not receiving because you're deemed far from being aesthetically pleasing. I've seen it, I can see it. Look, hiding how you feel isn't helping anyone. Yet biting your tongue to spite the truth is an injustice to everyone. So to everyone living a lie they're dying to tell, just say something. Say a word, say a sentence, say you're hurting because I can see it. And so do all of you. Thank you.
You know what I love, brothers and sisters? Like I said, being able to get up there and speak the truth, and someone being able to just, throughout your entire stage performance, just snapping and sharing emotions of connectivity with the fact that you're saying something that is so solid, so true, pretty hurts. And we all have been, we've all experienced puberty, right? Some of us have. I think puberty, for me, it worked in one way, but when it came to height, that was it. That was it. It's been 5'1" since 6th grade. And, puberty was very awkward for me. At some point I was like, what's up? Like, what's going on here? But eventually the Lord definitely, allowed me to bloom into a beautiful flower. And there's nobody that could ever tell me that I am not an attractive, beautiful woman. But at one point they could, and I did not believe that. I believed them. Teased a lot, just teased a lot growing up and experiencing the tongue of people. And, pretty people doing ugly things. And then ugly people thinking that they're pretty doing ugly things. It's one thing, to not be aware of yourself. Let's just put it like that. But, when it comes to how you look, if you are not beautiful on the inside, it doesn't matter. I mean, it all plays a role. We like what we like, but there is somebody for everybody. Who you are attracted to, I may not be attracted to, but guess what? Somebody wants them. Somebody's attracted. We all like what we like, and nobody should ever be able to dictate or deter us from being able to, operate in our gift of how we look, how we're made. There's somebody who is going to be attracted to you. Have you ever looked at yourself in a picture and you see that one eye is bigger than the other, one nostril, one breast is bigger than the other, one arm is longer, one side is longer or larger or wider than the other, right? And, you look in the mirror and you're like, dang, how come one eye is bigger than the other, or this is bigger than the other? Have you ever just thought about it, male or female? That's because your soulmate has the other even eye. Oh my gosh. You all don't understand what it means to be a match, what it means to come together and come together as one to make it be whole. You guys aren't ready for this type of talk, but you're made the way you're supposed to be made. It's just all about how you enhance how you look. Whether, your outside regimen as well as your inside regimen. But if you are ugly on the inside, it doesn't matter. Those toxins and that garbage will always come forth to where people will you will become uglier and uglier sentence by sentence. Because for me, the deal breaker is when you open your mouth. If you aren't with it, if everything that spews out of your mouth is nothing but a landfill, I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't care how you look, because I'm at a point in my life where it is about a package. It is not about just, he has to be fine. He has to put it down in the bedroom. Silly of me to even be thinking like that, especially, and I am married, but I'm just saying, like, that mind state, I have matured tremendously. There's just certain things that I thought about at 21 that I don't think about now at all. So I just want to encourage you, when you get ready to take your next selfie, let go of what everybody said about you. Embrace yourself and say queso. Brothers and sisters, I have another one called, This one is, wait a minute. I don't know if I want to do this one for you. I think I will do this one. This one is called Nerd Love. And then the next one is Cellular Man. So actually, let's look at Cellular Man. This is by K. Love the Poet. And this is brought to you by All Deaf Poetry Jam.
I bring you greetings all the way from the south side of Chicago. My name is K Love the Poet. That's KLOVETHEPOET. Peace on us. I call him my cellular man.
He want to come over and roll over in it with no rollover man. You better. He want to be mobile on his T-Mobile so he can sprint to the next tail. And his exhales, he think he gonna have me on call, waiting to exhale, but I ain't with me, so I'm like hell to the no. And I don't wanna tie up his lines. He said he needed space, so I gave him a galaxy times 5. He's steady swearing that a change gon' come, but I'm getting sick of him singing the same song that Sam sung. I'm just about done. I had him programmed in my cell under hubby. We got matching smartphones, but this dude still wanna be a dummy. Man, I used to do him real right. I invited him to the space that held light, but tonight he got his buds all in his ear, so I'ma leave him to his handheld device. My conversation finna be shorter than Android battery life. I'm finna to the left. No replying when I'm texting, that's alright. I know some brothers that think I'm flying. They steady trying to swipe like keyboard settings and I don't let them. But he swear to God that I'm insecure and he swear that he ain't like me, but he steady trying to Skype me. All within my contacts, wanna see who I'm seeing, wanna play me on the down low. I told him to kiss my apps if he don't wanna download. But he think he got me whipped, like he carry a switch. I said I doubt that, don't lack, fuck around and get your carrier switch. My exes still love my BlackBerry and wanna marry a mess. I told him my truth is sweeter than the rest. That's why I keep it on the charger. I'm at 100%. Keep your energy, don't even bother. God even tried to send you a message. I thought you would have seen that, but your screen cracked. And I even got my phone giving you the silent treatment. Get this. I can't hear you with no ring. Know what I mean? It's like I cut it off. I switched it over to the vibrator. I said, call me back. Maybe we could vibe later, but for now I just got tired of the lying. I said, what's up with your line? Baby, you should check it. Sorry, what I meant to say is the number you have reached has been.
Say it.
That's the problem.
Oh, yes, yes,
That's
yes,
why
brothers
many
and
of us-
sisters. Oh, that sister was no joke. That's K-Love, the poet, called Cellular Man. Ooh, wee, I tell you, boy. These spoken word artists are dope, right? Oh, my gosh, when they come on the stage, they don't hold anything back. You hear me, brothers and sisters? You are listening live to the Sister Speak Show. You are listening live to Coming to the Stage. Now, the next one that we're going to play is, let me see. I got one for you guys. I got one for you. Sarah Lyons. This one is called Dear F Boys. Yeah. Oh, yes, Sarah. I'm ready for you. Just in case you don't know what an F boy is. You know what one is. You just probably didn't know what to call him. Here we go.
Crazy? Really? You guys love to call us crazy when you're really just too lazy to grow up. Man up. Stop fucking up. And just be real with us. You all make us act crazy because you act shady, yes. If something's going wrong, you swear you're not guilty. You lack the sense to try to make some sense out of what you did wrong. You put all the blame on us. But please believe, trust, we know what's up. It doesn't take long for you men to get caught up forgetting which one of us you really wanted to hit up. You may think you know, but you really don't. So let me help you out with some scenarios. Some things y'all do, like not telling the truth. Having more than one boo, all the while telling us, girl, it's just you. Dating a friend of your ex-girlfriend. Now, how did you think that was going to end? Or thinking that you know it all in bed when really you don't know what to do. No, boo. Those so-called moves are not getting me in the mood, so just stop. You can leave, because I know what to do. You see, my problem is this. You're so quick to dismiss our late-night trysts. Yes, we may critique everything you say, put too much emphasis on those good morning texts, those thinking of you texts, but you have to know that if we've had sex, any text after that will never just be a text. So don't say you miss me and not speak to me for days. Got me over here wondering how your feelings will sway day to day. Got me trying to tip that love scale over my way when I really have no idea how many women you're trying to weigh. Don't hang out with me for days only to say, I don't see you that way, that girlfriend way. We're just cool. You're just mad cool. Okay, so do you do you screw every girl you think is just mad cool? If you just told the truth and stopped being so smooth, I wouldn't have to turn into a sleuth. You think I like feeling like I got a snoop because I don't believe you? Be a creep? Because scroll 52 weeks into your profile online only to find the same girl. The same girl you called a play sis, just a friend, but a year ago, 6 months ago, 2 weeks ago, you're on her page with the caption, that's Bae, Man Crush Monday. No, what do you expect me to say? I mean, I know I shouldn't have been on her page, but okay. We aren't crazy. Forgive us for actually wanting to believe the words you say, for actually wanting to believe the actions that you display. How do you expect us to react when you pull your disappearing act, like in that damn movie Ghost, but without the scene with the clay? Can you just be honest? Be real. Don't conceal how you really feel, because that's when we feel the most real. If you come clean from the beginning, it'll keep our heads from spinning, because I prefer to know when I'm playing in a game, whether I'm the starting five, on the bench, or the MVP. I never asked to be on your team. At least give me a choice of joining your roster of maybes, because I guarantee that if we knew there were tryouts for you, most of us would opt out, because I love myself too much to go crazy and compete for a fuckboy like you.
And there you have it. Brothers and sisters, we're going to get right into this next one. This is Keto Fortune, and this is called Nice Guys.
This piece is called Breaking Bad. We were the nice guy. The shirt and tie, not until marriage, we can wait guy. We were stammering tongues in awkward moments, so it's better not to say anything at all. Captains of the friend zone. The compliments, the comfort, and the listening ear, the couch armchair, desperately wishing to be a Tempur-Pedic pillow in your bedroom. We'd already begun memorizing your faces. We knew when you needed to laugh, or vent, or flat out cry. We lived sponge lives, absorbing blows, soaking up tears and healing wounds, yet still rejected with everything but a no. Our mosaic glass ceilings were made from the sentence fragments of incomplete responses like, oh, I'm fine. K, message read, message sent messages in code. Young men made morose by the maleficent magma of makeshift excuses. We were always missing out, as if God were an untrusting parent who refused to sign the permission slip for the love field trip, and so we were forced to stop walking the line of blind ambition and giving up too easy, and immersed ourselves in relentless pursuit. We finally realized that after so many years of swimming in a lake of rejection, embarrassment was nothing more than a bead of water to be flicked off our feathers. We were ugly ducklings, growing into ganders, beating our wings and running on water, finally believing that we could reach the sky, until we finally caught that girl and started to fly. But we spent so much time pushing with our heads down that we never looked up to see what was in front of us. A pulchritudinous cancer that crept into our hearts and tore it apart, spread to our brain and did it the same, drove us insane, feasted on all the love we had saved for our future, and ripped it out our chest like a malignant tumor. We would be disheartened by dames with hearts diseased by disinterest, castrated by casual conversations and complacence, fired by the infidelity of femme fatales who refused to give a fuck about us, crushed into dust by feelings far more powerful than lust, busted up right down to our very core. But this was the one that we waited for. So we tried, and we fought, and we cried until it died, until we were too fed up to ignore the signs, too exhausted to fight tasting the deceit on her lips or ignore the sparkle in her eyes every time that dude passed by. So we gathered up all the courage we could muster and left her with anger are jam-packed into bags that would follow us forever. And I wish I could tell you we were strong enough to bear this load. Sometimes we men make ourselves to be freight train. We claim to carry countless cars without caution, but we become callous, harbor new habits. We now have this baggage to bombard Baghdad beauties as if it was your destiny. Bad luck or sheer irony. You return to me with heart turned inside out, atrias of apology, ventricles of ventriloquist sincerity, but your sins have seared my naivety. You have taken a titration of forgiveness from my heart and left me with 100% rage. Call me salty. It's appropriate because all of my thoughts for you are basically acid. I will burn you, and you come knocking at my door, expecting to find some shred of security, trick, kick rocks. Now I am the one who knocks. I got a newfound knack for just hitting that. A brand new brand of one-night stand that apartheid's my feelings from my game. The women I've slain will tell you my name. You goddamn right. I am no longer Walter White. I am the danger that walks in the night. I am the poison rising under your skin that you won't feel until you're at your end. And in case you hadn't heard, Casanova just merged with Heisenberg. And you better call Saul to get you out the city. I cook crystal conversations to capture the pretty. And I know I was different.
Ooh, brothers and sisters, I apologize for that. But moving forward with this, now listen, when it comes to poetry, one thing that we have definitely noticed is that there's a passion that comes when the brothers and sisters are coming on the stage. And so one of the things that I just wanted to address real fast is, you know, when it comes to you getting your pen and your piece of paper, go honest, go bold, go truthful, and go real. And make sure that when you get ready to perform your piece, that you give it all you got when you get on stage. Because it's nothing like being able to have somebody take you there with their passion and with their emotion. And that's what getting on stage is about. You know, I look at all the spoken word artists who I have starting to, you know, really build a relationship with on Instagram that I met last year. And I just watch them speak and watch them, you know, do what they do. And they just have a level of thought and passion. And they're all very intelligent, very wise. Like every time I hear them speak, like when I watch Poetically Correct, which is a podcast that I like to watch with Poetically and Rome DiCarlo as the host. And every time, you know, the poets come on there, the spoken word artists come on there, they're all able to share their journey, their thoughts, their passions, and why they speak. And I just love being able to listen to them and then see footage of them performing, and it just blows your mind because they get on stage. And it you know, I've shed some tears listening to some people speak spoken word, you know, to do spoken word. And so, you know, when you listen to the poets who come on All Deaf Poetry, you know, different walks of life, predominantly brothers and sisters, and they all have a perspective that is relatable. And so that's just what it's about. It's about being able to relate to your audience no matter what. Whenever a good public speaker is always able to command attention and relate to their audience and able to really discern what the need is for the people. And you'll be surprised that when you're really in your gift, operating in your gift of speaking and writing, that there will be people who come up to you and say, you were talking to me, what you said helped me, you know, because, you know, we're almost as if you're like an agent of healing, if you will, a healing agent. And so when you speak, like I said, if it's about abuse, trust me, somebody's going to be able to relate to you. If it's about divorce, somebody's going to be able to relate to you. If it's about being, you know, sexually harassed or catcalled, or if it's about, you know, someone disrespecting, or if it's about losing a loved one, or if it's about being raised by your grandmother, somebody's going to be able to say something, and there's going to be somebody who can relate to what you're speaking about. Even if you're talking about cornbread, right? Somebody can take cornbread and turn it into this beautiful piece of poetry that the entire room can relate to almost. You know, it's all about how you extract the elements and how you execute them. So, you know, next time you write your piece of poetry, you know, I'd love to hear it. Why don't you come on the Sister Speak Show and share that talent with us? You know, we'd love to hear from you. And we will be back after this commercial break.
Brothers and sisters, I want you to listen live and on demand all week to the Sister Speak Show, starting tonight with Coming to the Stage, Wednesday, The Search Effort, Thursday at 5 p.m., Part 2 of the Culture Climate. Then at 7 p.m. on Thursday, the tour with Alan Guillory. We have the Laugh Line on Friday. Saturday, Little G the Goon will be on the tour. And then Sunday, E&J on the Laugh Line, the Sister Speak show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. Brothers and sisters, we want you to listen live and on demand to the Sister Speak show. There are 6 segments dedicated to serving you, my brothers and sisters. We have the platform, coming to the stage, the culture climate, the laugh line, the tour, and the search effort. Oh, the Sister Speak show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Aviated Visuals is a dope artist on the move, starting the year off right January 27th with his first solo art show, and he wants you to be in the building, along with special guest creatives Flywalker, Kiana, 100K, and the Sister Speak show. Doors open at 7:30 at 1409 South Lamar Street in Dallas. Tickets are just $15 at Right Art Twin Experience BigCartel.com. Aviated Visuals, a dope artist on the move.
Brothers and sisters, welcome back to Coming to the Stage. I am your host, Ayana, and you are listening live to the Sister Speak show. We are just highlighting some various artists who have come on the platform called All Deaf Poetry. And what they do is they get on there and they just speak their truths. And so that's what we are doing. Whenever we don't have a special guest coming on the show, we always are going to highlight brothers and sisters from all around the world who share their gift of spoken word. And I want to share it with you so you can get, so you can know who these artists are and be on the lookout for them. There's nothing wrong with, educating yourself about what's around, who's around, and what's going down, brothers and sisters. So listen, this is what we're getting ready to do. We're going to wrap this show on up. I know. We're going to wrap this show up anyway, though. We're going to wrap it up. And what we will do is we'll be back next week. No, we won't. Look, you guys like next week? No, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow for the search effort. And the search effort is dedicated towards bringing attention to local, national, and international attention to brothers and sisters who have gone missing in our communities, cold cases in our communities, as well as special guest interviews with homicide detectives, coroners, private investigators. We also want you to, if you are interested in being a special guest, the special guests who will come on the search effort. If you are a survivor of a stalking, a kidnapping, a situation where you have been held hostage, we'd love to hear your story of how you survived, how you are more than a conqueror. And also, if you are missing a loved one, we would love for you to come on the Sister Speak show. This is an international podcast where you can tell everybody about your loved one and just where we can be on the lookout for them, where they were last seen, what they last had on, anything that you could provide for our brothers and sisters so they could be on the lookout. We also, on the search effort, we focus on brothers and sisters who have gone missing, as I stated. So what I usually do, or what I do, not usually, because this will be the second, airing of the search effort. The premiere was last Wednesday. What we're going to do is what I do is I go on a website called the blackandmissing.org, and we just go through all the pictures. I go through all the pictures. I tell you their names, where they were last seen, what they had on in the area, and I charge you to, if you're in that area, to be on the lookout. And I also, give you a homework assignment. Go look on this website and look and see if you've seen any of these brothers and sisters. Now, of course, some of these cases are dated, and yes, some of them are cold, but it doesn't mean that we give up hope. It doesn't mean that we stop looking, right? One thing that our brothers and sisters do is they're very resilient. And a lot of brothers and sisters hold out hope for their loved one coming home and being found. And guess what? There are several praise reports of brothers and sisters being reunited with their loved ones, so we won't give up the hope. We won't give up the effort. So I want to make it known that we have, brothers and sisters, man down, brothers and sisters. We need to make sure that, hold on. I apologize for that, brothers and sisters. I just had to let some brothers and sisters know they're going to have to calm down when they're getting those cookies out the kitchen. I can hear you rattling through the paper. Anyway, brothers and sisters, so, being able to look online, see where they were last seen, and then if you don't live in that area, contacting somebody that you know in that area. So there are a lot of praise reports, a lot of miracles of brothers and sisters being reunited with their loved ones. And it just gives us an opportunity to, join the effort. No, this isn't the first time. This isn't the first show. I'm just joining the efforts because I care about my community. If you care about your community, you're going to show it. And you're going to show it through your actions. You can talk about it all day long, but once those feet hit the pavement, that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, brothers and sisters, it's very important that we participate in the search effort. You never know who you have walked by who's missing. I mean, it's serious. And, with the young children being snatched off the streets and never being seen, and, being sold in sex trafficking, and, driving down the street and you seeing young brothers and sisters prostituting. Look, these things are real. And a lot of them have been kidnapped, taken and pimped out. And so it is our job, brothers and sisters, to be a part of the village and to be active, to be sober, to be vigilant. So listen tomorrow night to the search effort. As we dive in, we're going to focus on some stories of survival. We're going to listen to some situations that have gone on, and you can chat live with me if you've ever had a situation. It's very crucial. It's very important. I expect more of you to listen to that show. Don't always just listen to the juicy stuff, okay? This is the intellectual shows. I need you to be listening and tuning in and being active, doing the homework and helping with this effort. So I really appreciate you all, being involved and being a willing participant with that. Now listen, brothers and sisters, I told you about Jabari Ousley, Aviated Visuals, having an event coming up January 28th. You heard the commercial. And there's also another event coming up January 19th. Doors open at 9 p.m. in Irving, Texas. The Hear Ye podcast is putting on an event, and they want you to be in the building. Tickets are just $10, and you can go to Eventbrite, and you can also go to Hear Ye podcast on Instagram. I will be in the building. It's called Bones and Bubbly. Meet your favorite DFW podcasters. I'll be there along with other individuals who have podcasts. A night of fun, a night of games, a night of networking, a night of positivity. And if you're interested, I've got 4 more tickets left. That's right, 4 more tickets left, but you have to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, okay? And then also get your tickets for Jabari Ousley, Aviated Visuals event, $15 at the door. You can also, not at the door, but you can get them. I don't think the tickets will be at the door, but you can get them through him. You can go to Aviated Visuals on Instagram, and you can also go to Right Art Twins Experience. Right Art Twin Experience card at bigcartel.com. That's WRIGHT Twin Experience.com. bigcartel.com. I apologize, brothers and sisters. That noise in the background threw me off. I was very upset about that, but I'm going to be all right. I'm going to hold my peace, brothers and sisters. You've been listening to the Sister Speak Show, coming to the stage. That's all I have for you tonight. I just want you to keep writing, keep working it out. Writing is therapy. So write, and also heal. And stay away from H&M. Let's be a village. Let's be accountable. Let's not let the coins dictate our morals. Let's be righteous. Let's be sober. Let's be vigilant. And let's come out of these curses by repenting so he can heal our land. Y'all, I'm tired of this. Aren't y'all tired of living like this? Being in these conditions and then hearing that there's a solution, and then we be like, no, we just go march. Brothers and sisters, we got to get to it. Anyway, you have a good evening. This is the Sister Speak Show. This is coming to the stage. Tomorrow's the search effort. And then then Thursday we have the culture climate. Friday we have Actually, on Thursday, we also have a special guest on the tour, Alan Guillory. And then on Friday, we have the Laugh Line. Saturday, we have the tour. And then Sunday, we have the Laugh Line again. Oh, the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. We don't go dumb, we go wisdom. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening, nourishment. A cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. This is a talk show that will keep your mind and soul informed, energized, and encouraged. Don't forget that the Sister Speak Show is a show that has dynamic guests who are impacting the communities with their passions, and that you will always be able to catch special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, and live on-location reports. This is the Sister Speak Show, where you can listen to the platform, coming to the stage, the culture climate, the search effort, the tour, and the laugh line. Brothers and sisters, until we meet again tomorrow, that's all I have to say to you. I'm Ayana. I'm signing off, and you have a wonderful, blessed evening. You be encouraged. You stay strong. And remember, the battle is not yours. Be blessed.